there, Gina here. Are you ready to start today's online dance movement? I bet you are, that's why you're here. But there's nobody actually here yet. So I'm just talking to you anyway because I know that you'll come and watch later. I know that. Now I have to work out, I think I need, if I'm looking there, I'm looking right into the camera because I tend to not to look at it. So I'll experiment and have a look later. It's all a learning process, isn't it? So yeah, I'll start. And I've got some music going in the background. Hi Kelly, how are you? Thanks for being here. I'll wave to you. Got some music, we're just starting up now. And we'll sit in our chairs because that's what we do when we're doing online dance movement, which is chair-based. Now this music, I don't even know who wrote it. I haven't got the composers or anything down. I got it from the free online music audio YouTube thing, which comes in handy. Anyhow, let's just sit up in our chairs. I'll turn it down a little bit. I quite like it though. So we'll sit up in our chairs, and I'm a bit sort of on an angle here, and we're going to sit right up on our sit bones. Feel what happens when you do that, and you don't do it with the shoulders. So Kelly, I've seen you here before. I think there's quite a few people in the group, but we're going to go over the Alexander technique just quickly because I like to revise that every time we do a class if possible, because we apply that to everything we do. And it's not like I'm an Alexander technique practitioner. It's just that I learned the Alexander technique and how to apply that to my dance technique about, oh, I don't even want to say, 40 years ago, something like that, a long time ago. And so I've used it ever since. Well, not immediately after, but when I realized the benefit, I started to use it in my practice and in my work. So sitting up on the edge of your seat, sitting on your sit bones. So if you feel, on your bottom there's bones there, well, they're your sit bones. There's an anatomical name for them, but we'll just call them sit bones. So sitting up nice and tall. Now think about the neck. Think about the neck being nice and free. And so that if somebody had a fan and they blew it at you, you should feel the air right around your neck. If you had a feather boa on, I remember I said that to somebody recently, someone young, and they'd never heard of a feather boa, but those old enough will know what a feather boa is. It's a long scarf thing with feathers on it, so the feathers on that, just being able to sit on your neck. So the idea is that the neck is nice and free, but it's not forward. The head's not forward. So a lot of us get into this, especially sitting at a desk and doing this all the time. Then you get up and you're still like that. And then you get older and then you're stuck like that. And we don't want that to happen. But if it's already happened, it's not the end of the world. We'll just work on realigning as best as we can. But once the bones have adapted to that position, you won't be able to fix it completely, which is why it's a good idea to do it as early as possible. So when you slide your head back, you'll take the stress off these front muscles that actually, the fascia actually even connects with the lungs, I think. Better not say it because I'm not exactly certain of that, but I'm pretty sure it does, the scalene muscles. So with the back of the neck, you've got your neck muscles at the back of the neck that are not being activated if your head is not back. So slide the head back, allow the neck to be free. Remember that in that lovely space. When you slide the head back, you won't get all these chins once you learn how to do it with ease. Allow the back to lengthen. Really feel that back lengthening. All right? It's really nice and long. Feel like, as I've said a number of times, feel like you're in the water up to here. And you feel that liftedness that happens in the water. It actually lifts you and makes you 90% weightless when you're in this much water. So if you're feeling that liftedness or trying to recreate that feeling of liftedness, lifting up, imagine you've got a water fountain going up your spine and out the top of your head. So allow the neck to be free, Allow the weight to go forward and up. It's as if you're about to move forward. You know, that presence of being, you know, moving forward into space, not sort of sitting back into it. Allow the back to widen. Feel the widening of the back. Allow the shoulders to fall apart. And when I say that, they should just let them melt down, because this cue really meets the technique that I'll insert for you. So I'm using the Alexander technique cues, but I'm inserting techniques into that to make it really, really good. And allow the hips to release. So any tension you're holding in your lower back, you really shouldn't be holding tension in your lower back. A lot of the time that'll be related to, one, back pain, and also foot problems, because that's sort of something that happens if there's, quite often if a person has foot issues, if they're rolling inwards on their feet. So anyway, that was a lot of talking, wasn't it? I'll put some music on and we're just going to go over that posture. And I have to hover that apparently. Oh, here we go. Here we go, come on. Open with iTunes. QuickTime Player. It's never ending. Okay, so hi Matthew, how are you? Matthew, you've just called in just as I'm stuffing up the music. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. But I've got something that I can play here. We're just going to go, I hope you had a good birthday too. I'll wave to you. This is the life of being on a live when anything can happen. And you just have to run with it. So that's what we're going to do. And it might just be that instead of dancing so much today, I might just go all technical and just give you movement technique to take into your life, to step into your space. Oh, she's got more front than mine, hasn't she? All right, I'll just turn this up a little bit. Hi, Ornella. Ornella, I was just saying to Maddie that I had the music set up and something happened just then, so I don't know how we're going to go. Anyway, we're sitting up on our sit bones. We're going over the Alexander technique, and Kelly's been here patiently with me the whole time. Thank you, Kelly. So allow the neck to be free. Allow the weight to go forward and up. Allow the back to lengthen. Allow the back to widen. Allow the shoulders to fall apart. Allow the hips to release. Now, if we're going to stand up in this, it might end up that we're playing this music for most of the time, but we don't care, do we? So let's just stand back. I'm going to stand into this now. Did you see how I stood up then? You did, didn't you? That's the Alexander wave sitting down. I might need to move further forward. All right, so lifting up, allow the neck to be free. Allow the weight to go forward and up. Watch that head position. Slide it back. Allow the back to lengthen. Allow the back to widen. Allow the shoulders to fall apart. Allow the hips to release. Now let's just hinge. Keep it gentle. Keep it light. See? So it's quite different from standing up like, pull that down a bit, like this, you know, and a lot of people struggle to do that, you know, they're pushing themselves up. You see, you know, that's a common thing, isn't it, to see it like that? You don't need to. If you're using the biomechanics of movement, they're just shifting the weight, all right? So we might even just do a few of those just to get into the feeling of it. And it's not a bad thing. And we might, look, you know, as a bit of a warm-up, we might do what we did yesterday, Ornella, and we might just stop there. But make sure your knees are not too bent. We only want them to be about this bent, all right? Okay, just bear with me for 1 second while I try and get this back. Oh dear. Let me just see something. No, it's not going to do it. No, we'll just have to keep playing this. It's just what happens sometimes. Ornella, I'm waving to you. I mean, I could freak out, or I could just go, I don't care, you know. That's just life, isn't it? So, we're going to go and standing up, lift the arms, hinge, keep lifted. Hi Sarah, how are you? Sarah, it's going to be a bit boring with the music today because I clicked something on the computer and ended up with one piece. I downloaded all this music. Feel how easy it is? Now hold. Can you feel it? Well, I can feel it. All right, now just stretch out your legs. I'll move back a bit. Just get the feet working. And hold your hands in this position while you're doing it. Other foot. So you're just keeping your knee beside the other leg. Shoulders down. If this position is difficult for you, just don't do it. This position, this hand position. I haven't done it inwards yet, have I? Let's just do the foot inwards. Or if I have, I've just forgotten already. There you go. All right, very good. Now, we're going to have a look, seeing as we're going to do a bit of technique today, a bit of movement technique, I think we'll go over ballet arms, because that is one of the best things. As I said, it's really good for chicken wings, which are covered today in blue, and it's really, really good for your upper back. It's beautiful for your upper back, and you also will learn how to keep the front of the chest open with it. So we were doing a lot of work with the scapulae, drawing the scapulae down. That's the wing bones. So if you just have a practice now, squeeze them together. Feel that sensation of squeezing them together and feeling where they are. And now try drawing them down. And the feeling of drawing them down, it's more difficult to achieve. So don't beat yourself up if you can't feel it yet, because it takes a little bit of practice. So just sitting up, doing all the things we were doing before, because that's what we do. Once you know how to do that, that's what you do. So with every movement you do, these techniques will actually protect you. So if you went into a gym or anywhere, once you know how to do these things, you know how to position your body. Oh, look at me, I'm using my hands a lot. I'm watching myself, you see. So, all right, so we're going to lift the arms up. Now, keep lifted, draw the scapulae down. So the wing bones are drawing down while you're lifting the arms up. Okay, feel that? Okay, now just hold that there. Be careful you're not doing this. Remember, we're forward and up. And we're not squeezing the shoulders together. We're shoulder blades, I should say. We're drawing them downwards. Now, as you lower the arms, continue to draw the wing bones down. Okay, feel that? Now, this is key for what we're going to do next. I'll put some more music on because, you know, it just gives a feel of, you know, all although we'll be sick of it by the end. All right, so bring the arms up. Now, bring them down. Get ready, because I'm going to do something with this in a minute. Keep drawing the scapulae down. Now tense the fists. Keep the arms long. Don't lock the elbows. Never do that. Are you drawing your scapulae down? Your wing bones down? Now release the elbows and keep them on one plane. That's ballet first position. Now we're pretty much at a men's height, which I prefer because I like the positioning of the arms. I like it up here. So when we think about it, it's here. Now look at the arms. We're going to now open them out to the sides. This is where you're really going to feel it. So open with the forearms first. Now keep on an even plane. Don't do this with your shoulders. You need to draw the scapulae down so that the upper arms are about 20 degrees forward of you, 30 degrees forward of the sides of your body. And then the forearms are there now. I'll move back a bit. Can you see how my arms, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. It takes a lot of energy. So I'm coming back, so I'm not so far away. But the thing is, what you're doing with your forearms, you're actually externally rotating them. So there's actually, it's quite an exercise. It looks like all these soft ballet arms. So draw those scapulae down. Now sit up nice and tall, and you're internally rotating the upper arms because they're working in opposition to the forearms, but you're not doing this. So there's a lot to do because you've got to keep the chest open at the same time and draw the scapulae down and not lift your shoulders. Hi Joanna, how are you? Now hold them there. If you're not feeling it yet, well, I don't know. You must just be a superpower person. Draw the scapulae down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And allongé. Don't move the upper arms. Did you see how I just turned the forearms to the floor? Come to here. And then bend them there. Oh, did you feel that? So that's ballet arms, and that's why it's really good for toning the whole arms. It's not specifically for chicken wings, not really, but you know, how many dancers do you see, like toned dancers do you see with chicken wings? Well, not that many. And their backs are usually beautiful. So now with the scapulae drawing down and the head sliding back, let's just now take your head forward and now slide it back, but don't let your body move with it. Feel that? So your ribs should feel like they're lifted away from your hips. Now let's open the rib cage to the sides. We're just doing technique today. So open up the rib cage. Can you push it open just without breathing? Can you just open it out to the sides? I don't mean go, I mean just open it out. If you think about the rib cage and you think about the ribs are attaching to the sternum and they're attaching down the thoracic spine, and each rib at each level is attaching to a different vertebrae. And you know, at each level, you've got muscles and organs that are being innervated by nerves at each of those levels. So it's really quite fascinating, isn't it? So if you think about your rib cage getting all stuck and not moving, well, what's going on with the rest of the things there? You know, if there's no movement and everything's getting stuck. So it's important to keep your rib cage nice and mobile. And I'm quite sure that chiropractors and osteopaths, well, yes, they work on that premise that, you know, there's that, well, a lot of them do anyway. There's that viscerosomatic relationship, like the muscles and the organs and that connection to the spine. So let's just open out our rib cages, and you can breathe in to do that. Now watch the arms. We're going to do the arms again now. Let's draw the scapulae down. We're going to breathe in and let, hi Michelle, and feel the rib cage actually open the upper arms. Feel that? Without the shoulders. And come down. as you breathe out, and just hold it there and breathe down. Now this, I'm not saying this is how you should breathe. This is just specifically an exercise for the rib cage, just to get it mobile. Let's play out one song now. It's called A Brighter Heart. All right, I will say hello to people. Hi Helen, hi Michelle, hi Joanna, hi Sarah, and I've said hello to everybody else, Kelly, Matthew, Ornella. All right, let's just do this. So draw the scapulae down. Now feel those ribs open. If you can't feel it yet, it just means you need to practice it. And you can practice it lying down in bed even. That's quite a good place to do it. Open up the rib cage. Let it deflate. Now just wait, because we don't want to hyperventilate. Get ready to do it again. Now just hold it there. Hold the ribs open if you can. It's little, but it's so much. Now just imagine you're on stage, which I know some people here, someone in particular, a couple of people in particular who go on stage, and just imagine that feeling of, you know, when you've been told, some of you have been told by Jonathan Welsh, lift your chest, chest open, chest lifted. Well, if you draw your scapulae down, you're going to assist that process beautifully. And then you're opening that whole chest. And what a difference that makes to your presence. So, let's work on that. So, draw the scapulae down and open the ribs. Okay, that'll be enough of that now. Next, we're going to work on the rib cage in a different way. We're going to now take the ribs to the side. We're going to do some isolation and center and side and center, side, center, side, center. All right, so you see how we're doing that? We're not moving the hips. And to do that, you don't do it like this. You don't do it with your head here. We need to have everything positioned. There'll be none of this, and we can't drop, otherwise, you know, it's pointless. So let's sit up. We're going to go side, center, side, center, and then we're going to keep lifted. We're going to roll the pelvis forward, so you're actually doing that. You're tucking the tail under, which I say not to do, but there is a place for it. And then we're going to come up, and then we're going to roll it back without jamming our lower back, and then come back to the center. All right, so we're going to go, let's put our hands here. Side, center, hi Donna, side, center. Now keep lifted, roll the pelvis, come up straight, roll the pelvis, come up straight. And when you come up straight, there is a slight rolling back of the pelvis, just because you need to be sitting right up on your sit bones. Like if you're sitting in a chair and say there's an activity that you need to do sitting in your chair, you're going to be able to have a lot more energy to stay lifted for a lot longer if you do it this way. Same as if you're standing up. If you're standing up and you have to stand for a long time, if you're practicing this Alexander way of being, which is active relaxation through lengthening, you can just do it for longer. You just can. It doesn't take great strength. This is about movement efficiency. So let's do that with the music. And I'll probably add something as we go along. Let's do that again. Keep lifting into it, lift into it. Not the shoulders though. Check the head position. Curl underneath. And come up. Keep lifting, keep squeezing. squeezing underneath your bottom as you do it, and then roll it back so you're rolling forward, and then just come and center yourself right on the sit bones. Again. Keep lifted. Keep lifted, keep squeezing. You should feel it right down your spines. Now with arms. This is a contraction. Doing contemporary dance. You're a contemporary dancer. We're going to go back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward. Again, side, back, keep lifted. Oh, you're feeling this? Side, back, side, forward. Contract. Keep squeezing, squeezing. Roll the pelvis. Lift. Contract. You've done the ballet arms too again. Think about your ballet arms now. Keep the elbows lifted. That was good. That was good. That was a good workout. All right. Now we might do a little bit of the legs because we haven't, we might do a bit of spiraling first, seeing as we've just been on this little road. We'll do that then, no, we'll come back to spirals. We're going to go, let me see, who's here? All right, I think we're going to go, lean back in your chairs a little bit, okay, you can put your hands here, but I want a flat back, all right, and I don't want this. You need to lift. You still need to lift, but just hold your body back a bit. We're going to point the foot, stretch the leg out in front, up to knee height. Flex the foot. Keep leaning back. It's going to take a lot of effort. Don't let your stomach stick out. Remember, you're drawing the scapulae down still. Your belly button's moving to your spine. We didn't do that, did we? And now turn the leg out and bring it parallel and then down and then up and then flex, turn it out, parallel, down. Keep going, up, who's that? Flex. Hi Suzanne, turn it out, shoulders down, parallel and in. Just that. Keep going, just relax your legs for a second, and when the moment takes me, I'll add something different to it, and I'll just, I'll just embellish, because that's what I do. Lift up, lean back, shoulders down, so you probably need to bend your elbows a little bit, won't you? Up, flex, turn out, hold it. Other leg, flex, are your shoulders down? Is your back nice and flat? What about the belly button to the spine? I think most people know about that here. Sing a note. Belly button to spine. Hold on to it. You've got an itchy nose. Okay. Carry it to the side. Move back. Not too far to the side, just about halfway. What did I do? Something like that. Just halfway to the side. Hold the ballet arms, lift up, lift up, lift up, scapulae down. It's harder than it looks, isn't it? Lift up, you're up and over. You know, you're not back, you're actually up and over. Don't let it do this, lift up. So you've got lots of things going on. You've got your head sliding back, you've got your chest open, you've got your elbows lifted so they're on a level plane, your scapulae drawing down, your belly buttons to your spine, and what else? Well, I can't, yeah, your weight's forward. Your weight is forward rather than being held back. So let's do the other one. And shoulders are down. Shoulders are down. So head, shoulders, elbows, scapulae, belly button, up and over, sitting on your sit bones. That was hard. That was hard for me to explain that while I was holding it. Okay, let's just do a little bit with the same beautiful music. A brighter heart, a brighter heart. Da, 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 da. Okay. Hi, Donna. I love it that you're here, you know, you guys. I really do. Right. Just pull myself together a bit. Now, we're going to do a spiral. We did something for hips yesterday that was really good. We might do that too. You know these upper glutes? I think we should work on those every day because that flat bum look is not good. Alright, so we're going to start off with just a spiral. So I think we might just put the hips width apart for this, and we're going to move around to look over the back shoulder. Now watch what happens with the hips. The first thing that happens to bring the movement back is this hip actually moves back because the spiral starts with the hips. Look over the back shoulder. Now this one's come forward and this one's come back. All right, to start the movement, it's the hip. This one. This one's coming back and the spiral continues. Bring the hip back. I'm not really in time with the music. So, hip. And then let it continue, stay perpendicular, like you're moving around a rod. Now the head's not there, is it? Better not be. And hips. Now let's use the arms a bit. Keep lifted, lift. Keep lifted. You're squeezing underneath the bottom. You feel your backs? Do you feel your backs working? It's really good for the head too, because this forward head, it just means that when you're standing, you know, have you seen older people, how, like really old people, how they kind of get, like the head's forward, but they look like they're going to fall backwards. You know that? It's really not good to have your head forward. We need to fix that because it's not helpful for balance. All right, now we're going to do something we did yesterday, which was pretty good. And that was for your hips, for your upper glutes. So we're going to go, how did I do it? Doesn't really matter. I turned my leg in because I just made it up as I did it. We're going to drop that knee now. Now what we're doing is we're trying to, excuse me, my nose is so itchy. We're going to lift up our foot. So what we're doing is we're lifting the foot up that way, but we're not doing what I just did. We're lifting up nice and tall with our bodies so that we're holding onto the chairs to help us. So when the leg is out to the side, the knee's facing the ceiling, and then you turn the knee to face the front. This is quite tricky, this one. Then you're going to drop the thigh and bend the knee, and now lift the body up as you bring the foot up behind you. Don't scrunch your back like this. You don't want to hurt your backs. This is so that you'll feel it into your glutes. Now, you really need to be on the edge of the chair so you can let that hip extensor happen. You know, we want to push that thigh back. All right, off you go, buttons. I'm trying to demonstrate something. Move away. And, all right, you can do your ballet arm too. You can grip on for dear life with the other one. All right, just hold that. You should feel that in your upper glutes. And just relax. And then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. I have to move back a bit. I've got something in the way there. Computer. So we're going to go here. Take to the side. And then we're going to, and you need to be right on the edge of your chair. Turn the knee to face the front. Then drop the thigh. And now you're going to pick that foot up. So you're trying to get to your bottom, but you're lifting your body up, and you're not arching. You're lifting up, forward and up, just like we did. Same old, same old. And feel that. And come down. Okay, it's a goodie, isn't it? Let's just do that with our one piece of music. A Brighter Heart. We'll start on this side. Carry to the side. Lift up. Turn the knee to face the front. Drop the thigh. Now make sure you can that thigh can push back. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Bring the foot to your bottom if you can. Oh. Turn it in, drop, lift, lift up, oh, lift up into it. Watch your backs, you need to keep them nice and long. And if you've got back issues, you might feel this a bit, so just don't push it if you think it's not a good idea. All right. Okay. So let's just, while I'm here, we're going to point our feet. Bring the toes up. I don't know if you can see my toes. Bring the toes up. Now bring the feet into flexion. And then point them, but keep the toes up. Oh, it's hard. Flex the feet. We're doing two at once, Sarah. And hold the toes up when you point the feet. Hold them up. Hold them to the chair. You can lean back. It's probably better if you lean back with the shoulders down. Point the feet, but keep the toes up. Oh. And flex. I think I probably have gone over time, haven't I? Well, I better stop soon. Just shake your legs out. Yes, I think I have. I've gone quite, I just never know. I never know what time it is. All right. I'll curtsy and bow. And thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow is day 30. Apparently I've got all that music in a folder. I'll have to find the folder so I can play the other pieces, won't I? But I'm an IT genius. Yes, so lovely you being here. I really do appreciate you being here. And I'll see you tomorrow if you decide to pop in. And if you've got any friends who might like to do this class, just let them know, because I think you can invite them into the group. And I think I have to accept them, but you know, they can all come and it's free. And so that's what we're doing. So I'll see you tomorrow and have a lovely evening.